All right, man. We're back with another one. And today, the topic is why men with standards don't have a lot of women. When you got standards as a man, like you got a way you go about dealing with women, it's a high turnover rate on women. You know what I'm saying? So like we live in a world now like where men waking up for the most part. Men are waking up for the most part and they understanding that anything that's running away from you, anything that's making it hard for you to deal with, anything that's not moving according to what you got going on is a lack of self-respect as a man. You got to understand that any woman that want to deal with you, be with you, coexist with you, she gonna make it easy for y'all to do that. But it's still, a small spectrum of men out here who gonna simp. And we're gonna do a video on what a simp is because people got simping confused. But it's still some men out here who's gonna buy a woman's love, buy a woman's affection, buy a woman's attention. They're gonna set bad examples for men, which have women thinking that all men do this. You know what I'm saying? So when you come to a woman, and you got a way you go about doing things, the way you go about vetting a woman that you with, and you got a program. A lot of women not used to men with standards. A lot of women not used to you taking their pussy away from them, like taking the pussy off the table, like not even thinking about the pussy, not even worrying about the pussy, just worrying about who she is as a person and holding her accountable for shit that she say. Not necessarily trying to bash her or humble her or no shit like that, but like being intellectual with your words and with your mind, and she say some shit that you don't agree with, you challenging that, like you telling her you don't agree, or you trying to give her a different perspective than what she think, or you asking her certain questions, and then you can tell like they not the ones that ain't used to being challenged or being asked certain questions. They used to being the one like having to always come up with the questions or the topics, or they're doing the interviewing in the dating process. They're not used to a man that's coming and leading and he doing the interviewing. He's asking the tough questions. He's trying to actually get to know who you are as a person. They're not used to them type of guys because that's rare. Most dudes just, you know, surface level when they on the phone with women. They just ask basic ass shit. But they don't try to get into a woman's background, her history, why your last relationship didn't work. What would your exes say about you? If they could give a recommendation on you, what would they say about you? What kind of person are you? How do you handle disappointment? How do you handle challenges in your life? What's the nicest thing you ever did for a man? You start hitting them with them type of questions. They usually you're gonna see what you're dealing with. They either gonna try to like go around answering the question, or they not gonna answer the question. They gonna answer the question broad, where it lead you to make your own interpretation of what they trying to say. You feel me? Instead of them telling you exactly what they trying to say. So when you a man of standards, a lot of women not used to a man that ain't just trying to fuck on them, ain't trying to go and spend money or do what they uh ball at their feet, kowtow to them, and like whatever they want is being done. They not used to them type of men, like where you not uh blowing their phone down, or you got some respect about yourself, you making them respect you. You not allowing them to like handle you a certain type of way. Um, like you setting off your prerequisites. Like you letting them know, hey, this is how I like to be dealt with. This is the way I like to be treated. Like and I'm not taking nothing less than this. A lot of women they either gonna the females gonna get out your way, and the women gonna step up to the plate. They gonna be like, okay, cool. Like this man got boundaries. Like a lot of women not used to men with boundaries. They used to men just letting a woman do whatever they want to do. Like pop up at their crib whenever they want to, go through their phone, like just disrespect their privacy and shit like that. A lot of men let women get away with this shit. Put their hands on them, talk to them any kind of way, call them nigga, like talk to them crazy. A lot of men let women get away with that shit. So if you're a man that don't let that type of shit slide, they not used to that type of shit. That shit's like, whoa, hold up, like this nigga ain't letting me handle him. He ain't letting me say whatever I want to say to him. Like, hold on, I'm not used to this shit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying the real women gonna respect that shit, and they gonna like, okay, I'm gonna respect this man mine. And the females, they gonna be like, oh, I can't play with him. I can't get over on him. Like, I can't manipulate him. So they either gonna do one or two things. They gonna try to like challenge the shit that you telling them and be like, okay, let me see if he really like this. Let me throw some pussy at him, or let me ghost him, or see if he chase me. Like, let me see like if he really this stiff like he's saying. Some women will take that as a challenge to try to see if you really about the shit you say. And it's like you got to be wise enough to understand what's going on. Like anybody is like trying to challenge you in that type of way, in a negative type of way, that should be a clear cut red flag sign, like to don't just cut your losses, like you know what I'm saying. So this basically just game like to get you like to just understand, okay, you need to go in to every situation with a woman, figuring out as fast as you can if this woman worth you investing your time, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't really like to come and just like talk about certain things, or they try to use the term where I don't want to give you the answers to the test. It's like it ain't necessarily giving me answers to the test, because a person can only fake a, fake a characteristic for so long. You feel me? Before they don't get what they want and they start showing their true colors. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know how to ask the questions that to the woman to get the answers that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the previous video, having a program is all about doing what you want to do. When you do what you want to do, you're going to feel no type of way because you did what you wanted to do at the end of the day. But when you go and you do something because you know that person wants you to do that, and then you don't get what you feel like you deserve for doing that, you feel some type of way because you did that for somebody else's marriage. You didn't do it for yours. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, men with standards don't have a lot of women, bro, because a lot of women can't stand up to a dude that's not going for anything, that you can't just tell anything, that you can't just throw pussy at, that you can't just talk too crazy, that you can't just handle like that. Like a lot of men with standards ain't going for that shit. You gotta come correct. You gotta have your shit in order. You gotta make everything you say to this man make sense. You get what I'm saying? Or it's gonna be some type of like disconnect between y'all. So the best way to deal with a man, ladies, if any ladies watch this, is just be as honest as you possibly can. Be transparent. Like communicate. Like y'all say y'all say communication is key. But it's like y'all only wanna like communicate certain things because you don't want your flaws or your mishaps to come out on display. It's like you ever sit down and talk to a woman about her, they try to say like, well, that's the past, that don't matter. Yeah, it do matter. You know, even when you go to a job, like they want to know your past work history, even though you ain't even work there no more. They want to know where you worked at. You hear me? So if they want to get in touch with that old employer, they can. So your history does matter. You hear me? That don't mean that you're not going to get the current job that you're applying for, but we need to see your previous work history. Even when you go move into an apartment or something or a house, like they want to know where you previously lived. Like your previous, they want to see how long you held down employment. Was you a good employer? Do you bounce around? Do you stay long enough? Like that that shit matters. So why wouldn't your previous relationships not matter when you're trying to get into a new relationship? It ain't even that it matter. We trying to see what happened in that relationship, for one. For two, we trying to see if you gonna take accountability for your part that you played in however and whatever that the reason why that relationship dissolved. And three, we trying to figure out what did you learn from that you're gonna take and you worked on to be better in a new relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then it's really easy just to sit and have those type of conversations because it give you a lot of dialogue and it's easy for y'all to bounce back and forth and talk about things that y'all probably did wrong that you trying to correct now. You know what I'm saying? It makes the conversation go and flow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, at the end of the day, man, having standards, having boundaries, you're going it's gonna be a high turnover rate on women, but the women that do stay, the women that do stick around, those are the ones that okay, they respect you, they respect your boundaries, they respect how you move and how you want to go about your business, and they all on board. So yeah, man, get in that comment section, man. It's your boy Burke, aka Samo. You hear me? And there's some more of it with your boy, man. Get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this video. I'm out. 100.